Hi, I'm Josanne Wright, the author of Believe Tuskegee Strong. He's pointing the wrong way, looking at the camera, but it's reverse. Believe Tuskegee Strong, Making Do, Growing Up Colored in the Jim Crow South During the Great Depression. Now, this book is our first book it was entitled Banner Tuskegee Tales. I had to change the banner as information came up through the legal search that it was too closely connected to another title. But I like this one so much better because you have to have belief in your purpose, what God has placed you for on this earth. And I love Tuskegee Strong in this banner also because that's part of our family heritage. My uncle was a Tuskegee Airman, and he was in the 99th Pursuit Squadron. He didn't see any real active duty because his plane crashed during the first part of the war. But he was a hero to all of us because he was very, very intelligent. Um, he believed that he could fly an airplane. He did, and he was a student at Tuskegee when this the first level of encouraging young men to take part in the early part of the war effort by becoming airmen. And so, a friend of mine's father had an active part in the World War II, and we were both sharing stories with how courageous these young men must have been to try something that had never been done before as a race of people. Um, and there were some indications and some history that I could see that before World War II, there were some African Americans flying, but not in this huge number that came out during the time that they became Tuskegee Airmen. So my books, I've shared them with others, and I don't have any bannered books at this time, but this particular vlog is about having faith or having a belief. And that belief for me comes from the Lord God, Jesus Christ, who saved my life, gave me salvation through his own giving up of his life on Calvary on the cross. And this fuels my passion every day that I get up and I said, he's done so much for me. Lord God, thank you so much. And what should my focus be today? So I begin the day with prayer, as you see in the description box, and I then segue over to praise because there is no way that I would have had this body of books created. I never considered myself a writer. I was an educator a long time. I became a word processor, a legal secretary during a chunk of time in my life. And it was during that time that I found, of all things, that I could write. I was surrounded by a group of young men in this legal office who were writers for television or film, and some went on to have really great careers, but they took time to read my first offering as a writer at that time. But that fueled me to continue writing, and I just I know that was something that the Lord put in my heart to do, especially to talk about my parents, who were people of God, who raised us all to have to know that what who they were wasn't they weren't self-made people. They were products of their belief in God. And as I looked at them, I said, you know, I know that they went through some really hard times during the Jim Crow South, but they came out as people who were very loving, excuse me, very kind and sharing of who they were with others. And it mattered not whatever race or color the person was, they were themselves. And I said, oh, how did they start? And how did they come through this crucible to be people like this? So that kind of fueled my My story, and as I'm getting this frog, just going to close by saying that it's been a real pleasure for me to write this. I'm looking towards getting the audiobook completed. Yay! Another praise report. I'm a few chapters away of getting it over to the editor. And Phyllis Kelly, our internationally known narrator, is just did a beautiful job in reading this particular novel. And I told her when I finished it that she says, I would love to narrate your story. I said, Phyllis, I couldn't think of anyone else that I wanted to have narrate the story other than you. And so we're almost ready to release it. I'll keep you posted. But it's all work of faith and belief that got us to this point. And it's just truly an amazing time. So please subscribe, please share, and also check out on Amazon, Believe Tuskegee Strong, Making Do Growing Up Colored in the Jim Crow South During the Great Depression. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. God bless you.